Okay, welcome back to another trade recap. I'm just going to be going over the trade that I took today. So on the day, I was feeling pretty bullish. As you can see down here, we had this pre-market hourly inversion, which was my condition. I was waiting for price to come back to this. We also had an hourly intermediate term low here. So I was looking for a sweep off this and then to catch longs afterwards. More confirmations for being bullish. We have a bullish SMT at these lows. As you can see, ES has come out to take this low and NQ hasn't. We've also got a new day opening gap to fill. So I was looking for a potential 930 open low to come and tap into this and sweep this low. We also had true day open resting right here, so I was looking to gauge support off that for price. As you can see, we've done everything I was expecting today and I caught a really nice trade. So for my first trade, this is the 930 wick right here. I was looking for potential shorts actually. As you can see here, let me just mark up. We've got OTE of the range right here, and we have an hourly fair value gap. Hourly fair value gap aligning perfectly with OTE. So I was looking for price to potentially run higher up into this hourly fair value gap. As you can see, we had an open high rather than the open low that I was looking for. So here's market open right here. We had our open high to come and take this out. ES failed to take out this hourly gap. However, still tapped into the midpoint of OTE. So we created a bearish SMT inside of OTE. So after seeing that, I was looking for potential shorts to the downside to take out this hourly intermediate term low. Now there was a really nice 5-minute inversion fair value gap right here, which I was looking to take. However, we ended up stalling inside this gap and then getting a massive closure below, taking out my draw on liquidity. So after seeing that, the trade was then invalid and I couldn't find my entry. So I was then looking for another entry higher off my bias from the morning. As you can see, this hourly intermediate term low got swept. And we have a massive SMT with this low as well with ES right here. So prices returned back to this hourly gap, swept it, created a massive bullish SMT and gauged support off true day open. So after that, I was looking for my inversion higher. And as you can see right here, we had a perfect 2-minute gap, which I was looking to take. As you can see, absolutely perfect. We got our V-shaped recovery. Everything was great about this, apart from the fact that we had a 3-minute above. As you can see right here, this 3-minute. So I was waiting for this 3-minute to get inversed with the V-shaped recovery. As you can see, we failed to do that with this leg, which was very disappointing. So I had to wait for the next 3-minute candle. And then we inversed with lower volume. So I entered one micro contract here, one MNQ on this, targeting high of day. Stop loss was below this gap. 1-to-1 point risk to reward, 1-to-1 risk to reward. And then instead of holding my one contract here, I actually entered, once price came back to this 3-minute BPR, I entered an extra 2 contracts here. So my fill ended up being probably, I think it was around here, around the low of this candle here. 2 MNQ on this, 1 MNQ off the inversion. As you can see, we've got a beautiful trade higher. And TP was smashed. So this was an absolutely great trade. In my opinion, there wasn't much really after this to take. So I got off as soon as I hit full TP on this. All my confluences aligned. So there wasn't really much more to be looking for this trade. It was quite a small profit for me today. Due to it being a no news Monday, I tend to risk less due to the fact that a lot less volume is in the market and a lot of the setups have less probability to actually hit. So that's why I was de-risked on this trade. If I had seen this any time throughout the week, I would have gone a lot more heavier. I would have probably risked about 500 on this trade. I was risking around $200. So with that out of the way, I'm going to be going over my outlook for tomorrow. I haven't even looked at the markets yet. So it looks like we're still in quite a choppy range. I'm looking for a breakout of this range still. We have this downward trend line here. As you can see, price is just not really going anywhere at the moment. Just staying around all-time highs. Sweeping previous day highs. I did see on the weekly, we have a nice weekly fair value gap down here. So I'm looking for price to potentially return to this at some point during this month, potentially getting a run lower for then the continuation higher to take out all-time highs once again. So for tomorrow, I'm just hoping that we could potentially stay around this range here. Looks like we are getting a breakout of this 4-hour range. As you can see, we've got our candle closure above here. So maybe if we can consolidate around this range, then get our open low into this 4-hour gap and continue this breakout, that would look absolutely perfect, straight back up to all-time highs. We've also got this nice standard deviation leg right here. So this could be a great target for tomorrow, potentially targeting 1 to 1.5 of this standard deviation projection. That's going to be my condition for tomorrow. If we do invalidate this, I'm sure we've got an hourly below. We have these hourlies below, which could be my conditions for tomorrow. If we seek back to these hourlies, then I would like to see the continuation higher. However, if we inverse these hourlies, then I will be looking for the continuation down to these lows resting here. But yeah, I'm ultimately bullish for tomorrow. Again, we do have news at 8:30 a.m. New York time. I believe it's CPI. So I'm hoping that a data wick can be created and we can potentially target a data wick tomorrow. That would be absolutely ideal. But that is going to be all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's going to be quite a short one due to the fact that I only took one short trade today. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's going to be all.